We're here today to share our experiences of feeling unwell after having a baby. And you might be watching this concerned for yourself or for a family member. I was diagnosed with bipolar around 10 years ago. Got some help prenatally before I had the baby. When my little boy was born, maybe looking back, I wasn't feeling 100%, but I was trying to just carry on and not look like I was unwell. And it wasn't until he was 1 where I completely kind of couldn't function anymore and needed support.
My experience was quite similar. When I did have my second baby, I started feeling angry all the time, and I was upset and I was anxious. I was catastrophizing, thinking of all these awful things. It led to, again, as you say, me just not being able to function. And my husband, he came home one day and just found me in the fetal position on the floor, and I couldn't do anything. The next couple of years was a bit of a blur.
You both sort of talked about things going on for quite a long period of time before actually though it was picked up.
It was just too late. It was when I couldn't function, everyone had to get the help for me. I think for me it was, if someone spots that I'm not okay, how can they think that I can be a good mum?
Absolutely.
So I thought that was just going to mean that people thought I wasn't capable.
The embarrassment and, as you say, the shame of how can I look after my child if I'm having these thoughts? I can't let anybody know that because they're going to think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
That postnatal period is really, really difficult for every mother. But what you two have described sounds very, very different to that. It sounds like something that went on for a very long period of time and actually really started to affect your functioning. That's the point when you do need to go and seek that help. So my advice to any mum would be reach out. You've both sort of talked about not wanting to raise things yourself and not, feeling comfortable with that. What about your partners, families, people who were around, quite a lot of family members? Were they aware of what was happening for you, or were they able to raise any concerns?
He knew it was serious when he found me sort of on the floor. But from conversations with him since then, he didn't feel like he had any support. There was plenty of people that were coming to the house. The home treatment team, the community care team went to see various psychiatrists, and he was offered parenting support. So things like how to change a baby, how to make a bottle. And he was saying, I've got 2 kids. I know how to look after the kids. How do I look after my wife? She's not well.
Looking back now, Mum says, I knew you weren't right, but I didn't. She said it was almost of being accusing you of something and she didn't quite know. So that would be a thing for family to think about.
It's a very fine line, isn't it? Because you don't want to make it worse.
Exactly, that's what she was worried about,
I think there's something there maybe about how professionals maybe need to change and adapt their approach. Maybe asking partners as well what their view is.
It would help,
they're there, they see it, and the support that you're talking about that the family had or didn't have. I hear what you're saying there about it being like a sticking plaster. It's like, well, actually, have those family members seen mental illness previously? And if they haven't, that's going to be pretty difficult for them to understand and to manage.
Yeah.
So they need more than just how to change a nappy.
We definitely do need more support for partners and for families. And I think you see the same questionnaire week in, week out, especially after having a baby, when you're just tired, you don't want to talk about it. And but I think maybe asking those questions to a partner or to a family member, that could be a good way forward. But they need to be asked how they're doing as well.
Yeah, that's definitely for
you can't support somebody else if you are at rock bottom yourself. And I know from my husband's experience, he really felt that pressure and he's really struggled.
But maybe it's tailoring what's given to each dad.
Yeah, it's not a one size fits all. It's not, here you go, here's a pack to support dad, here's a questionnaire just to see how mum's doing. And it's raising awareness, which is why we are doing what we're doing, using our experience to try and shape that service.
I absolutely agree. I think what you're saying is absolutely right. I think that perinatal services themselves have probably got a lot of that covered, but for those people who aren't already under perinatal services, as a system, we need to do some thinking about how we raise that awareness for your GP, for your health visitors. There is hope.
And we're sitting here today.
Yeah, you're sitting here and saying that.
When I was unwell, which should be around this time 3 years ago, I couldn't imagine having the bond that I've got with my little boy now. Being a parent can be challenging, but I think those little things and those little joys, just being a mum, but in life in general, just gives me such a better life perspective. And obviously being part of this forum, if I wasn't unwell, I wouldn't be part of this, wouldn't be sitting here now, wouldn't be trying to make that change.
We've all been through something really, really difficult. We've all been through something to do with our mental health. We've all felt at one point or another the same feelings of isolation, the same feelings of guilt, of worrying that we're not going to have that connection with our babies, as you say. And yet, here we all are together using our most horrific
Yeah,
time
it's just,
to bond. And
Yeah.
that experience of sharing with someone else and feeling seen, feeling heard,
Yeah.
and feeling understood, it just makes such a massive difference.
It's been part of me fully accepting it and removing like any shame about it.
Yeah, I really feel that too.
It's really important to let people know that there is support out there. I'd say to anybody, if you're not sure, if you're struggling, reach out.
Yeah.
Keep reaching out. Keep going back to the GP. Keep knocking on the door. Keep making your voice heard.